Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving into a fun, action-packed superhero adventure where kids become the real heroes. Let's jump into We Can Be Heroes. The story begins with a superhero named Miracle Guy, who is on his way into space to repair a damaged satellite. Suddenly, his friend Techno joins him and hands him a special device that needs to be installed on the satellite. When Miracle Guy reaches the satellite, he notices something shocking. The satellite isn't broken by accident. Someone has completely destroyed it. Before he can understand what's going on, he spots a massive alien spaceship headed straight toward him. Thinking he can easily defeat any aliens, Miracle Guy casually poses with the ship and starts taking a selfie. He wants to post it on social media, confident that this battle will be a piece of cake. But while he's busy posing, another alien ship zooms past him from behind. Then, when Miracle Guy looks around, he realizes he's completely surrounded. Thousands of alien ships fill the entire space around him. Before he can react, a huge explosion shakes the area. Techno sees Miracle Guy falling through space at high speed, so he rushes toward him. But Techno's device battery suddenly dies, and now both heroes begin to plummet down toward Earth. We then cut to Missy, the daughter of Marcus, leader of the Heroics team. The team is called the Heroics, and although Marcus doesn't have any powers of his own, he became the leader because he's the best strategist and can guide the team through difficult situations. Missy has one unusual habit. Every day she wears a different color, and today she chooses a black t-shirt, meaning she's not planning to talk much. She joins her dad Marcus, who's cooking breakfast and watching the news. The report announces that Miracle Guy has been badly injured by unknown forces. Missy asks her dad what happened to Miracle Guy, but Marcus calmly tells her this might just be a part of his training, so there's nothing to worry about. Marcus drops Missy off at school and is about to leave when he sees several alien ships speeding toward Earth. He immediately heads to Heroics headquarters. There, the Heroics commander Granada plans to send just 2 heroes to fight the invaders, but Marcus warns her that the number of alien ships is too high. 2 heroes will never be enough. Granada then says fine, they'll send 3 heroes instead. Marcus shows her the satellite footage, and she finally realizes the threat is much bigger than she thought, so she decides to send the entire Heroics team into battle and alerts the president about the incoming alien attack. Meanwhile, Missy is playing on the school field when a group of government guards arrives. They escort her into a car and take her straight to Heroics headquarters. There, Granada tells her that whenever the Heroics go on a dangerous mission, their children are brought to the facility for protection. Granada leads her to a heavily secured underground bunker. Inside, every single child of the Heroics team is safe, and all of them have powers just like their parents. Wheels has super intelligence. Noodles can stretch his body like rubber. Ojo, a quiet girl who rarely speaks, expresses her emotions by drawing. A cappella can levitate objects and hypnotize people through her singing. Slow-mo does everything in slow motion. Facemaker can mold his face into any shape, even copying someone else's face completely. Rewind and fast forward are twins who can control time, but they don't get along at all. Wildcard has multiple powers but can't control them. And Guppy, a little girl with the power to manipulate water, can change its shape and make it float. Missy also learns something surprising. Ojo's drawings are not just random sketches. Whatever Ojo draws eventually happens in real life. In other words, she can draw the future. When all the kids ask Missy about her own powers, she tells them she doesn't have any. Everyone is shocked. Missy is the only one in the bunker with no superhero abilities at all. To switch their focus, Missy suggests they watch the news and see what their parents are doing. They turn on the broadcast and discover that aliens are attacking Earth. A massive mothership releases dozens of smaller alien ships that begin attacking the Heroics. Shark Boy, Lava Girl, Miracle Guy, and the rest of the team fight bravely, but the aliens overpower them quickly. One by one, the Heroics are captured and pulled inside the alien mothership. Soon, only Marcus is left. He has no powers, but he refuses to give up. Still, he too is eventually captured and taken aboard the mothership. Seeing their parents defeated shakes every kid to the core. They never imagined their heroes could fall like this. Shortly after, the president appears on a live broadcast. He announces that the aliens have given them only 3 hours to surrender. If they refuse, Earth will be taken over entirely. Once the broadcast ends, Commander Granada comes on screen. She instructs the kids to stay quiet, stay calm, and absolutely never leave the bunker. She assures them that they are completely safe there. But Missy shows the others Ojo's drawing, the one where an alien enters the bunker. Since Ojo's drawings always come true, Missy tells them they don't have much time. They must escape before the alien arrives. She doesn't have powers, but she does have something else. Like her father Marcus, she has the natural ability to lead. Without realizing it, she has already taken charge. Wildcard refuses to go with her, but the other kids agree to follow. Facemaker tricks the guards into entering the bunker, and Tiny Guppy challenges them to a fight. Despite her size, she's incredibly powerful and takes them down easily. During the distraction, Noodles slyly steals a guard's access card, but before they can use it, one guard hits the emergency alarm. Metal barricades seal the exit. According to Ojo's drawing, this is the moment the alien will arrive. Suddenly, an alien bursts into the bunker and grabs Wildcard. The kids panic, Missy quickly orders rewind to reverse time. He rewinds the moment, and when the guard tries to trigger the alarm again, the kids stop him. They grab the access card and escape the bunker before the alien appears. The kids race through the headquarters, trying to reach their parents, but Missy accidentally runs straight into Commander Granada, and the guards surround them. Missy then turns to A Cappella and signals her. A Cappella begins to sing. With her voice, she lifts every guard into the air, lining them up like a staircase. The kids climb over them to reach the rooftop exit. Using the access cards, they jump into the Heroics official bus and speed away, except they're not safe yet. A blockade of guards stands in their path, ready to stop them. A cappella sings once again, and this time her voice is powerful enough to lift the entire bus off the ground. They float right over the guards and escape the facility, but now the bus is flying straight toward a tall building, and A Cappella can't turn it. Right before the crash, Noodle stretches his arms impossibly long, grabs a pole nearby, and pulls the bus sideways, just enough to avoid slamming into the building. Their escape is successful, but their real mission has only just begun. A Cappella can't keep the bus floating for much longer. She's exhausted from using her powers non-stop. Missy quickly tells her to land the bus at a house nearby, and A Cappella manages to bring it down safely. That house isn't just any house. It belongs to Missy's grandmother. The kids are relieved and excited when they see her. Missy's grandmother is the legendary mentor and trainer of the Heroics. Every hero from the team trained under her guidance. Missy explains everything that aliens have kidnapped the Heroics, and they have only 2 hours left to save them. Meanwhile, back at headquarters, Granada begins tracking Missy and the kids. She wants to bring them back immediately, believing the bunker is the only safe place for them. Missy's grandmother welcomes the kids into her home and offers them juice. She tells them the truth. They are now the only hope the world has left, but none of them know how to properly use their powers yet, so she decides to train them herself. Training begins, and slowly, each kid starts learning how to control their abilities. Missy's grandmother also trains Missy not to fight, but to lead. She needs to guide the team just like her father did. Meanwhile, Granada locates the kids and prepares to retrieve them. Back at the house, after completing training, the kids begin practicing team combat. Missy gives instructions on how to coordinate their powers during battle, but the kids don't listen. Everyone does whatever they want, ignoring her directions. Frustrated and overwhelmed, Missy wonders how she'll ever be able to lead them. Elsewhere in the alien ship, the Heroics are alive, arguing with one another, trying to prove who is the toughest among them. But as soon as a camera enters the room, they suddenly act friendly, pretending they get along perfectly. They receive a message from the US president informing them that their children have escaped the Heroics headquarters. The heroes panic, realizing their kids still don't control their powers and could be in extreme danger. Back at the house, Missy sits alone, feeling hopeless. She doesn't believe she's capable of leading the team, but her grandmother finds her and reassures her. She carries the same leadership spark her father has, and when the time comes, she'll guide them better than she realizes. Missy's grandmother then leads all the kids into a secret tunnel and tells them to escape through it. The children follow Missy and run through the tunnel. As soon as they leave, aliens attack the house and capture Missy's grandmother. Once outside, Missy tries again to lead her team. The kids decide their first mission is to free their parents from the alien mothership. Missy shows Ojo's drawings to Wildcard, and they plan their next move. This time, even Wildcard accepts Missy as their leader. They soon spot a small alien craft nearby. They run toward it, planning to fly it to the mothership and rescue their parents. But Slow-Mo runs extremely slow, alerting the aliens to their location. Before the aliens can grab him, Noodle stretches out his arm and yanks Slow-Mo into the ship. Wheels quickly shuts the door, blocking the aliens from entering. Wheels struggles to control the alien craft, but with help from the others, he manages to pilot it. The kids launch into space and soon arrive at the massive alien mothership. Their ship docks, and in the very next moment, they step inside. Wheels takes Missy's bracelet and makes a few quick adjustments so no one can track them anymore. With the tracker blocked, Missy begins following the signal of their parents, and the rest of the kids follow her through the alien corridors. Suddenly, aliens attack from above. Before they can strike, A Cappella steps forward and uses her voice to distract the creatures. The team takes this chance and runs into a massive, futuristic hall with a giant pyramid-like structure standing in the center. Before they can figure out what's happening, they hear voices. The President of the United States enters with his officers and begins discussing the pyramid. He says there's only 1 hour left before launch. The kids panic, believing the pyramid must be filled with aliens preparing to launch toward Earth. They also begin to suspect something even worse. The president might be working with the aliens. Suddenly, Commander Granada appears with guards surrounding the kids. To their surprise, she tells them they've done an excellent job. She claims she followed them all the way here because of their actions, and that the Heroics are perfectly fine. Missy doesn't trust anything she's saying. Then Ojo shows her a drawing. In the sketch, they're surrounded by aliens. Missy realizes something is wrong. At that moment, the president approaches. Tentacles suddenly burst from behind him, and out of Granada and every guard in the room. The kids freeze in fear. All of them are aliens. The kids are captured immediately and locked inside a sealed room. Granada keeps the only key. Meanwhile, back in the alien holding chamber, the heroics worry about their children, wondering what danger they might be in. That's when a pale, masked creature enters the room and starts attacking them one by one. Shockingly, not a single heroic is strong enough to defeat it. Then the creature removes its mask. It's Missy's grandmother. She wasn't defeated. She was brought here after escaping capture earlier. Furious, she scolds the heroics for becoming weak. They weren't trained properly, and now an entire team of superheroes couldn't even slow down the alien invasion. She tells them bitterly that their only hope is their children, if they trained well enough. Back in the holding room, the kids sit together in silence. Missy speaks emotionally, reminding them that they are not powerless and they are not alone. They break down crying, overcome with fear and determination. Missy turns to Guppy. She tells her to collect every tear. Since Guppy can shape and manipulate water, Missy was counting on her to use the tears to create a key. The plan works. Guppy forms a water key. Using the tears, unlocks the door, and the kids escape. Missy decides their first mission must be to stop the pyramid launch. If it launches, aliens will reach Earth and take over. But Wildcard refuses to listen. He no longer recognizes Missy as the leader. He storms out with Facemaker, splitting from the team. Watching through surveillance cameras, Granada smiles. This is exactly what she wanted, for the team to fall apart. She immediately sends guards to capture Wildcard. Suddenly, the aliens attack again. This time, the kids are ready. They fight as a team and strike back with everything they've learned. Even Guppy is still trying to meditate during the battle, but Missy calls out to her, telling her to join the fight. Guppy listens and jumps in, knocking down aliens with powerful water strikes. But the aliens rise back up again. Their tentacles reform and pull them to their feet as if nothing happened. The kids are shocked. How do you defeat enemies who never stay down? Missy thinks fast. With rewind and fast forward's powers combined, she uses time to disable their movements and defeat them. For the first time, the kids fight like true heroes. The heroics, trapped in the alien ship, watch everything on surveillance cameras and are filled with pride. Meanwhile, Wildcard has been captured by Granada. She believes he is the most powerful kid and needs to be stopped first. Back at the pyramid, Missy and the team arrive, ready to shut it down. But they notice Ojo isn't with them. She's watching from a distance, and she's speaking now. The quiet girl finally talks, because she's the one working with the aliens. But the kids are not surprised. Missy already knew. She had seen Ojo's truth hidden in her drawings. That's why Missy allowed Wildcard to split from the group, so he could secretly reach the control room without Ojo knowing. At the same time, Granada realizes she didn't capture the real Wildcard at all. The Wildcard she brought in was Facemaker disguised as him. Furious, she rushes to the control room to stop the real one. Inside the control room, Wildcard has already taken over. Granada assumes he still can't control his powers and orders her guards to attack him. That mistake costs her. Wildcard has finally mastered his abilities, and he demolishes the guards with ease. Back at the pyramid, Ojo angrily draws new deadly creatures and brings them to life. She commands them to destroy the kids. Missy instructs the team to follow her orders exactly, and together they battle the monsters. Rewind and fast forward lend their abilities to slow-mo. With time sped up and slowed just right, slow-mo finally fights at normal speed, taking down alien monsters with incredible skill. The heroics watching from afar cheer for their kids. Guppy battles using her water powers, but soon she runs dry. With no water left, she has nothing to fight with. While she panics, Noodles stretches his arms across the hall and knocks several monsters aside, but Ojo keeps drawing more. Wheels suddenly notices something. There's liquid on top of the pyramid. Guppy hears this and immediately pulls the liquid down, shaping it into a massive water shark. She rides it into battle, taking down monsters in a tidal wave of fury. With the battle raging, Missy climbs Noodles' stretched arms to reach the center platform above a deep pit. Two monsters rush toward her from both sides. At the last second, Noodles releases his grip. Missy and the monsters fall toward the pit, but Noodles snatches Missy back in the final moment, saving her life. The fight isn't finished, but Missy's leadership is no longer in doubt. Ojo throws away the pyramid's control remote, the only device that can stop the launch. It drops into the deep pit below. Without hesitation, Slow-Mo leaps after it. The drop is too fast for anyone else, but Wildcard instantly teleports down to him and grabs him just in time. Together they shoot back up before the launch can begin. Noodles stretches his arms once more, snatching the remote and locking it into the correct slot. The pyramid begins to open, but instead of alien soldiers flooding out, the heroics step inside the light. Every superhero walks out unharmed. The kids freeze in shock. They prepared for an army of deadly aliens, but the only thing inside the pyramid was their parents. Granada arrives again, this time beside the president, and Ojo finally reveals the truth. She tells them she is the leader of the aliens, and this entire operation was her idea. She worked alongside Granada to set everything up, but there was never a plan to invade Earth. She wanted the super kids to step up, to learn responsibility, to face danger, to stop depending on their parents' powers, and earn their own. The parents knew everything all along. They watched silently, waiting to see if their children could rise to the challenge, and they did. Missy steps forward and promises Ojo that if her planet, or the universe, ever faces real danger, the super kids will help. They will protect not just Earth, but any world that needs heroes. The president smiles, Granada smiles, and the children stand proudly beside their parents. The heroics reunite with their kids, hugging them, congratulating them, recognizing that the future of every world is now in their hands. And in the final shot, we see the super kids together, strong, united, ready. Because from now on, they aren't just children. They're the next generation of heroes. If you enjoyed this superhero adventure, make sure to subscribe and share. More epic stories are on the way. Don't miss the next one.